Hey, welcome to Bikes, Boats, and Bivouacs. Today we're going to start taking everything off the Com-Pac 16 so we can separate that deck from the hull and repair the stringers inside. First thing we got to do is blow up that tire because you can see I'm right up by this tree. So to take the mast off and the rest of the gear, I want to pull it away from those trees. So we're going to blow up that tire, move it out, start taking everything off and getting it ready. Welcome to episode 5 of the Com-Pac Repair Restoration. See, my tire pump runs off the battery, so I got to hook that up and get this done. Okay, that's done. Now we can get the truck ready. The other boat trailers take a 2-inch hitch. The sailboat takes a 1 7/8, so I have that on a different one. And then the camper is a 2 5/8. So I got a bunch of different receivers with the different balls on it. Just gotta put the pin in there and then we can pull it out. There's the pin. All right, we're ready to hook it up. So the first thing we got to do, take that tarp off from the winter, and then we'll step the mast down and then start taking any hardware off that we need to take off. That's how you prevent getting it in the boat. Notice the way I hook these around trick. did have an awful lot of snow this year, so the tarp definitely helped. I'll probably end up having to pressure wash it, you know, and cleaning it up before we paint it. Now you can see, you know, the leaves and all from the storms have blown in there. So we'll have to clean all that out, but our main goal is to start taking apparatus off. Not all the hardware has to be taken off to separate the two. We'll take these off on both sides. It doesn't look like these will have to come off. This piece probably has to come off. We'll have to look at it once we take this off. Underneath here will be the seal. We'll see if there's screws in there. We may have to do that. And then in the back, this stuff is okay. So shouldn't be too difficult, but it's definitely going to be time consuming. So get all this stuff off first and see how we do. Take the wood up on the ladder so we can drop the mast down. We'll see how this goes. Unhook the shrouds, we'll take the bolt out, and then we'll be able to remove the mast from the boat. I don't want to lose these clips, so I'll hook them onto the line because we'll be pulling the deck off the boat. I made the lines back here and won't get tangled as we move the mast back. that mast is ready to be removed. Use the shrouds to help me lower it down. So now we're just going to coil all the lines around the mast and then bungee them on there so they're not flying all over. Okay, so the mast is now ready for storage. Eventually, it is going to be stored in the rafters up top in the garage because it's quite long. And that'll keep it out of the way until we're ready to reassemble the boat. But for now, we're just going to put the mast underneath here. So I got to pull stuff out of the garage to put it up on the top. Okay, so we got that done. So next up, we got to take the rudder off, and you see it's got bolts on there. So we're going to take those off. We're going to change that around because I'm going to build something to hold that mast when I'm trailering that'll fit in here. So this has got to come off for now. Now we'll start taking these off. Thinking about painting the boat butterscotch when I'm done rebuilding it. I think that'll be a cool color. Maybe some burgundy stripes. Put those nuts back on these bolts once we pull it off the boat so that we don't lose them. I do have a big blue bin that I'm going to put everything in. A little bit of trouble right there. Have to push those bolts up through there and pull the bolts out separately because of that rub rail. So that rub rail blocks this from coming out, and that bolt is frozen in here from salt water, etc. So we're just going to leave it sit on here until the next episode when we take this rub rail off all the way around the boat. So we're now ready to take the rub rail off, and if this is screwed together, we'll take all the screws out. If it's just glued, we'll use a Sawzall to part it, and then I have an idea of how we're going to lift this off. But when we take that rub rail off, we'll get the rudder off of there, and then it'll be ready to take apart, and we can start the fiberglass work inside. So in the next episode, that's what we're going to be doing, parting the boat. If you enjoyed this episode and it helped you, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, it helps me out a lot. Also ring that bell, you'll be notified every time I put up a new video, and give the video a thumbs up, that helps too. But more important than all that, go have some fun out there. Thanks for watching.